I'm out here today at East Harbor State Park Beach in Marblehead, Ohio. The federal funds rate is not the interest rate. Guess what? 2024 is an election year. And behind me, we've got Put-in-Bay, South Bass Island. They don't want to be accused of being partisan to any one party. The interest rate is usually about 1.5 points above that. It kind of hovers depending on consumer sentiment. Jerome Powell and the Fed have indicated, I keep my boat right around the corner here at Fox Haven Marina in West Harbor. They're probably going to be a little bit dovish in 2024. Two instances in modern history where the Federal Reserve has changed interest rates within 2 months of an election. In the past, if they sway one way, they usually sway towards the incumbent. It doesn't matter whether or not it's a Republican or a Democrat. And I'm going to put the drone up in the air and get you guys some drone footage of the beach too. Probably put that on the screen here. That way you guys have something to watch while I'm talking. I understand a lot of this stuff can be boring to some folks. Hey guys, Jeff Brower here. I'm out here today at East Harbor State Park Beach in Marblehead, Ohio. Beautiful sunny day out here. Was out for my walk today and I wanted to talk to you guys about interest rates. I've had some people ask me lately what I think interest rates are going to do in 2024. And I want to give you guys my opinion on that. And this is all just my opinion, of course. No one can predict the future, but I want to let you guys know my thoughts on where rates are going. So right now, as of February, early February 2024, rates are hovering around 6.5% for a buyer with good credit. And that's a 30-year, fixed rate mortgage. 6.5% is about where we're at right now. Over the last couple months, they peaked actually in the end of 2023, and we got up to around 8%, which is pretty crazy considering the fact that we were so low for so long. There were historic low interest rates around 2018, 2019, 2020. Rates were down at 3%. Some even got into the 2% range, which is just very, very low. And so a lot of people refinanced and got their rate locked into a lower point, which was good. I think the stat is 85% of homeowners in the country have a rate below 5% right now, which is actually causing a little bit of a problem because everyone that's locked in at a lower rate does not want to sell right now just to then buy in at a higher rate. So everyone's holding onto their homes, and this is causing an inventory shortage that we've seen over the last 6 months or so. And that's what's causing prices to remain so high right now. When you have a higher interest rate environment, you would expect normally to see the prices come down. But due to the environment that we were in over the last 5-6 years where rates were so low, this is not happening and prices are remaining high and rates are remaining high. But where do I see rates going in 2024? That's what I was getting to. Sometimes I get sidetracked, sorry. In my anticipation, the rates are going to come down just a little bit. I do not see them going back down to the 2, 3, 4% range that we were in. But Jerome Powell and the Fed have indicated when they gave their speech and their talk in December, they have indicated that they are done raising rates and that we're going to see a little bit of a softening. So from everything that I've gathered and the research that I've done, I anticipate the rate to come down to about 5 and then 3/4 to 6% towards the end of 2024. So it's not going to go down that much in my opinion. Now, this is also not going to be linear over 2024 because guess what? 2024 is an election year. So what does that have to do with interest rates? Well, the Fed tries not to raise or lower interest rates before an election. Now, they don't want to be accused of being partisan to any one party. There are only two instances in modern history where the Federal Reserve has changed interest rates within 2 months of an election. So that kind of tells us that they're not going to be changing the rates right before the election. So in my opinion, from July until the election in November, they're not going to change the rates. Now, we've just also gone here, we're in February now, from Jerome Powell and the Fed having raised a bunch to now saying that they're stopping raising. We can anticipate they're probably not going to do anything over the March announcement. So that gives April, May, and June of this year, that gives us 3 months to really have any change that we're going to see before the end of the year. So I do think that they are probably going to lower rates here in Q2 of 2024. And I think they are going to lower them a little bit more so than maybe they would if they had the entire year to do so linearly, excuse me. So, because of what I said about the election coming up. What does that all mean? Well, we're going to see rates probably drop in Q2, and it might cause a little bit of a, when the rates are going to drop, we're going to see some more people entering the market. And so I have said this before, I do think that spring of 2024 is going to be a busy season for us. I'm going to stop here and point out a few things. We've got Kelleys Island in the distance off in the distance here, excuse me. See the breakwalls here at the beach. And behind me, we've got Put-in-Bay, South Bass Island. So that's the party spot, Put-in-Bay out there. And you can just see above the beach, we've got Mouse Island at the end of Catawba Island there by the Miller Ferry. And then we've got Green Island out there, which is a wildlife refuge. I just want to specify something. The Fed changes the federal funds rate, but the federal funds rate is not the interest rate. They do mirror each other to a degree, but the Fed raises and lowers their federal funds rate, which is the rate that the banks borrow at. So the bank has to make a little bit of a spread in order for them to make money. So there is a federal funds rate, and then the interest rate is usually about 1.5 points above that. It kind of hovers depending on consumer sentiment and whatnot. But right now, the federal funds rate, I believe, is between 5 and 5.25. And Jerome Powell and the Fed have said that they do plan to bring it down closer to 4% to the end of 2024. Now, that's about a point drop, about a percentage drop in the federal funds rate. Does that mean that there's going to be a 1% drop in interest rates? Not necessarily, because while they do kind of tend to mirror each other, right now in February of 2024, the delta there, that spread is much, much lower than normal. So if we have a drop in the federal funds rate of 1.25%, I anticipate, and this is backed up by some of the research that I've done, I do anticipate that 1.25 drop in the federal funds rate will lower interest rates probably about 3/4, about a half to 3/4. So right now we are at 6.5% interest for the interest rate. So to me, that means it's going to come down to about 6 to 5.75 at the end of 2024. So those are my predictions. Those are my thoughts. I do not see the rates going back down to what we had at 2, 3, 4%. So if you're locked in at that rate right now, then, thank your lucky stars, and, think twice about if you want to sell your property. Because when you sell the property, you're going to take advantage of some high prices right now. You're going to get a good price. But also you're selling that debt, and the debt is an important part of that too. If you sell at, if you have 3% interest rate and you sell now, you get a good price, but then you're also buying in at a higher price and you're buying in at a higher interest rate. So, think about what your plans are if you're thinking about selling. And, it is a good time to sell and to rent, but always have that in mind when you're thinking about transacting real estate. You got to think about what, your future is, how long you see yourself being there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you got a little bit of value out of this video that I put together here. And it's a beautiful day out here. You notice I'm not wearing a stocking cap or any gloves. It's probably about 44 degrees out here right now. Beautiful day here in Marblehead. Lake is obviously dead flat. We've got some ice coverage here still. And I'm going to put the drone up in the air and get you guys some drone footage of the beach too. Probably put that on the screen here. That way you guys have something to watch while I'm talking. I understand a lot of this stuff can be boring to some folks. Hope you guys have a good day. We are in the middle of February, and while it still is icy out here on Lake Erie, I am looking forward to boating season. Actually, I keep my boat right around the corner here at Foxhaven Marina in West Harbor, and it's sitting in storage right now, just patiently waiting for April to come. So I hope you guys got a little bit of value out of this. If there's anything I can ever do for you, whether that be realtor related or home inspector related, please let me know. While I am a realtor in Ohio, I am also a licensed home inspector, also licensed with the drone. So if you guys ever need any drone work or have any questions about any of that stuff, I'm more than happy to hop on a call or exchange emails. I'm out here to help you guys in Northern Ohio. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll chat with you soon. Stay safe, stay warm. See ya.